Sports, 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 sport, 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 sports, 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 sport, sports. Sports make the world less boring. There are all kinds of sports. Team sports, single people sports, rough sports, really freaking hard sports. How the hell do you do this? There are also water sports, good sports, bad sports, dad sports, and sports that I didn't know existed until I did some research for this video. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a few marbles sports. Please help me. Now, many of these sports require a severe level of commitment and skill to compete in. Football, that's one. Basketball, that's a pretty tough sport, that's for sure. There's soccer, swimming. Now that is definitely a sport. Now, I tolerate most opinions unless they are wrong. And if you think that swimming isn't a real sport, then I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. Swimming is like easily one of, if not the most physically demanding sports. Can you do this? Because I sure as hell can't. I'm a track runner. If we touch water, we drown instantly. Now, most sports are pretty intense and fun to watch, but there is one sport in particular that is so boring that I'm like 99% sure that it could solve most people's insomnia. Golf. Now, if I had to describe golf in one word, it would be stupid. But fortunately, I have a whole video to describe it in multiple words, and many of them are. Now, the thing that really separates golf from other sports is that it's essentially a sport where you do basically nothing. You hit a ball towards a hole, and then you get the ball a little bit closer to the hole. Then you gotta walk up to the ball and hit it again, and get it just a little bit closer to the hole. Then you gotta walk up to it again and hit it one last time just to get it into the hole. Now repeat this formula 30 times and that's golf. How can people enjoy this? How can so many people be willing to gather around for this crap? How can you enjoy watching people repeat this process over and over and over again? There is no excitement to be had, no real competition, just a bunch of people casually smacking a ball in a hole. Oh, and don't even get me started on golfing outfits. As a man of refined dressing tastes, I simply cannot respect this drip. Now, I get that golf is a sport that requires a lot of time to master the skills needed for it, but so does wiping your butt, and I don't see people getting paid to do that. So many other sports take so much physical exertion, collaboration with others, and intense levels of skill that just honestly aren't present in golf. And to be honest, when I look at all of these sports and then I look at golf, it's like golf isn't even a sport. Wait a minute. Golf really isn't a sport. It's a casual game, sure, but it isn't really a full-on sport. So if golf isn't really a sport, then it can't be the worst sport. So what is? It'd have to be a game that's also really boring. You'd basically just be sitting around watching nothing the whole time. The players are also just kind of sitting around too. They're not really doing anything. Oh, and the games would have to be like 3 days long, just unnecessarily. Oh, and unlike golf, the fans would have to be super annoying. Like, they'll never shut up about it. It's basically their god. And they'd have to also be super abundant too, like, oh, I don't know, the entire population of California? But what could the sport be?